I think he wants us to pick up where he left off. You know, saving people, hunting things. The family business.
Hi, BookTube. This is my supernatural vlog. I decided to go around to some haunted places here in my city of Fredericton. This first location is Curry Mountain, and there's two kind of possible hauntings here. The first is a story of pirates who were sailing along the St. John River, and they had to bury their treasure because they were being tracked. And so they buried it here, supposedly in Curry Mountain. And we don't know what happened to the pirates. The rumors and stories are that they were either had to flee and left the treasure behind, or they were killed in the process of burying the treasure. And the last one is that they died before they could come back and retrieve it. So apparently their ghosts haunt this treasure. Another myth around this is the myth of Bill and Andrew, who are two brothers going to look for the treasure, two young brothers. And they found this old abandoned cabin there, and Andrew got possessed, basically, by one of the pirate ghosts, and his body got claimed, and he turned into a ghost as well, and is haunting there. You can see me trying to climb it here. It's a lot steeper than it looks, and it wasn't until I got to the top up here that I realized there was an easier path to take. Yeah, so that is the myth of Curry Mountain. This second location is the Garrison District Jailhouse, and I mean, it has to be haunted. Fredericton has a long history, being on the maritime coast with the military, and this is where they would keep prisoners. It's now set up as kind of like a touristy thing, but it is an original building. I couldn't really get any shots inside the cells, unfortunately. That's where the hauntings and feelings of being disturbed are usually said to be. The one legend I heard was that there was one particularly evil man trying to summon spirits or something, and he set off this bomb of evil, is how it was described. So people were acting all kind of weird and shifty and doing dangerous things. It's a jail, so you can imagine whether that's real or not, right? And then once the bomb was off, this evil spirit was released into the jail. So there's that. I'm just trying to see if any of the doors are open or how much you can see inside here. I'm obviously not a good enough hunter because I should have brought some salt or iron with me at this point, but it is daylight and I felt pretty safe, so that's obviously going to get me in trouble. So this is looking inside one of the windows, so that's why the frame's a little dirty. Those off to the right of the screen are the doors to the cells. Unfortunately, the cell windows are barred and up too high for me to get a good shot inside them. Apparently one of them has a hole that is kind of creepy. And just right here, this is just looking at more of the barracks, and just a reminder that Policy 713 in New Brunswick is a hate bill policy, and we don't support it here. So one thing you don't see a lot of on Supernatural is them driving through actually like populated towns. Um, so this is me driving to the next location. This is on the university grounds, St. Thomas University, one of the two universities here. Um, yeah, and so we're about to get to our location now. This is Holy Cross House here on the St. Thomas University. It is a dorm, so I was not able to get close and go inside and walk around it. I didn't want to be too creepy, but the legend here is that it was an old priest and nun house, and a lumberjack went on a killing spree, killing a few residents. They hung him in front of the building, and it's often reported in the girls' dorm at night that he's seen standing over their beds looking angry, and he'll make objects disappear. There was also a fire around 1920, and a child was caught in it, and they can now be heard in one of the dorm rooms sobbing. And a priest was also caught in the fire as well, and they could be apparently seen at night. His shadow on the wall, when the lights are turned on, it disappears. So this is a private residence. I did feel a little creepy, sitting outside and filming this house again, so that's why I couldn't get close and go in. But this is called Boyce Mansion. I was seeing if I could see a ghost there in the window, but I couldn't. So this is an old woman used to live here, and she'd get letters every day from her son. And then one day her son passed away, and his last letter was asking her for help because he was sick. And she is seen often standing over residents of the house, and tucking them into bed and touching their faces and soothing their worries. And one man tried to stay up and catch her spirit, and what happened was she rubbed her fingers along his face and says, "I'm waiting for my letter." So that was kind of creepy. So I also decided to make this Winchester surprise. It is a supernatural recipe. This is what Dean and Sam's mom made for them. Yeah, so I had to do a few alterations due to allergies, so I had to make the biscuits from scratch. I'm allergic to gluten and corn, so yeah, I had to make those from scratch. I used a biscuit mix, gluten-free mix, so it wasn't that bad. And it was my first time making biscuits. And then the top is 1 pound of ground pork, 1 pound of ground beef, dill pickles, and then you put Worcestershire sauce, and ketchup, mustard, and did I say dill pickles already? And then it called for American cheese, but American cheese has corn products in it, so I had to use real cheese slices. So that's just what I'm doing here, just putting the cheese on top of the biscuits. And then it also asked for corn chips. I obviously can't have corn chips, so I had these grain-free nachos that I put on. Yeah, it was okay. I would have put more spices and flavors in it. I just wanted to try and be as authentic to the recipe as I could. I ended up putting sriracha on it, and I will be eating this for like the next 10 days because it makes a huge amount, and no one else in my family wanted to try it. So this is what it looks like there. Yeah, I just crumbled up the chips, and it's still nice and bubbling hot right there. Hi, so I decided to do like a supernatural day today, and I went around and visited a bunch of supposedly haunted places in my town, Fredericton here. So you saw some clips of those and me talking about them. I wore my Demon Dean flannel with my Dean Eye of the Tiger shirt, cosplaying a little. And we also stopped at the thrift store, and I'll show a clip here, a perfect moment that happened.
the tree, hey?
You aren't afraid of little me, are you? Why, I love this time of year. With the dead leaves all around us, and the darkness wraps around us like a mildewy blanket. Perhaps we could get acquainted while I sharpen my tools.
And I just thought I'd show you what I got. Mostly books, but there's some other stuff too. So yeah, I'm gonna take this off for a second because I have this. Awesome, I've been looking for, it's not real leather, but a jacket in this style. Leather jacket with the crossover. And I found it, and it's not real leather at all, and it's just from Giant Tiger, but, and I'm not really doing a good job because you can only see this part of me, but like, it's exactly what I was looking for. Has little flowers on it, and it was only $10, so that's a really good price for a store. Value Village stuff. And then I got some cat stuff because I'm collecting cat stuff. And I got this cute little girl holding this cat, and they both look so cute. And then my Oma used to get me these figurines all the time, and this is a girl holding a cat. And then I got this vintage mug with cats on it, and this was only $2.99. So I thought that was really cool. Oh, and lastly, I got this. It's a little dinosaur. I don't know if the face will show up on camera very well. There's a little face on there, and then he's one of those sequin things. And I love dinosaurs and these sequin pillow type things, so he's just gonna go right on the bed. Kind of fell off, but I'll fix him later. Okay. Now it's just books. So I got this one, Gang Leader for a Day by Sudhir Venkatish. And I actually had this on ebook, but I always prefer to have a physical book if I can, especially because my ebook is broken right now. And so this is a guy who befriends a gang leader named JT and spends a better part of a decade embedded inside the project under JT's protection. So it's exploring gangs and poverty and that kind of stuff. Then I got The Vampire Lestat by Anne Rice. Funny story, I've read Interview with the Vampire, and then I read Queen of the Damned, and those are books 1 and 3, so I kind of missed the second one here, The Vampire Lestat. So yeah, I decided to pick it up. This was an interesting thing. This is the Seagull Reader Poems, and I'm not entirely sure. Seagull Reader Poems is supported by the popular Lit website. Online companion encourages students to think through their responses to literature in 3 stages. Anyways, it's just poems from various different eras, and I decided it'd be cool just to go through and read some of those. We got What Do Jews Believe by David S. Ariel, The Spiritual Foundations of Judaism. So I've been interested in learning more about Judaism, so that will be cool. Then I got this is Karen Armstrong. Every book I want to own by her. She's a religious historian, and so this is Jerusalem, One City, Three Faiths. I didn't even read the back, but I'm sure it's just the history of Jerusalem. And then I got, you can tell I was really finding stuff in the religious section. I got a copy of the Bhagavad Gita, so that's pretty cool. This is the Hindu religious text, and I have it in like a really short form and selections out of it and stuff like that, so I thought it'd be cool to have the whole thing on my shelf. And then I got a book on fundamentalism, The Search for Meaning by Melise Ruthven, and this is about fundamentalism across manifestations in Muslim, Christian, Sikh, Hindu, and even Buddhist cultures. So that will be interesting. I'm interested really in Christian fundamentalism, so it'll be interesting to see other versions of fundamentalism in there as well. So that is my supernatural day. I had a lot of fun. Actually, I just remembered I have this. I didn't feel like making an apple pie. I'm going to be doing that in a couple weeks for Canadian Thanksgiving after I go apple picking. So that will be a whole other thing, but I know Dean really likes apple pie, so I got this cotton candy apple pie, and I thought I'd give it a quick taste test on camera. I love this cotton candy brand. I've had like bubblegum, banana, regular cotton candy flavor, birthday cake flavor. They're all really good, so let's try this apple pie cotton candy. I was expecting it to be a little more sour, a little more appley, or a little more cinnamony. You can't really hide the flavor of cotton candy though. Oh, there's a bit more apple. It's okay. I wasn't expecting to like it that much, so. I actually have it beside me here while I'm editing and I'm eating it. It is actually quite tasty. That smells so good. So, thank you for watching my supernatural book series. I gotta put this down. Let me know what your favorite TV show is, and thank you for watching.
We got work to do.